All right, we'd like to welcome top welterweight contender Speedy Rashidi Ellis to the final bell. Rashidi, thanks for joining us.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Rashidi, first thing I wanted to know, how's it going, man? I know it's been a while since you last in the ring, so I've been wanting to know, what you've been up to and how you're doing.
I've been good. I just been, living life, but I still be training. I still in the gym, still staying
Yeah,
in shape.
you're yeah, for sure. Out in Lynn? Are you living in Lynn, Mass?
Well, kind of. Yeah, I live in the Lynn, but I'm training like Riviera area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I have family in Malden. I actually lived there for a couple of years when I was in high school, and then through
Oh, yeah?
college, then came back to the New York area. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to hang around Malden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I have friends that live in Lynn. So yeah, we're pretty much neighbors when I
You're
go
not
out
that
there.
far away.
No, not at all. Not at all. Rashidi, one thing that I read about that you're involved in, and we should be covering this more. We're going to do an episode maybe dedicated to this. Is the TCL, the Team Combat League? Tell us a little bit about that and how you got involved in it.
Yeah, I got involved with my older brother did it last year. He did the first season. Yeah, so I
Ah,
went to the
okay.
fights. I seen how it was. It looked real fun. Each team talking shit to each other and is going there one round, beating the hell out of each other. It looked fun to me. So it kind of reminded me of like the amateurs. That's how the amateurs was.
Yeah. So how is that set up? Is it basically you guys are lined up like kind of sitting, waiting for your turn, and then it's basically one
Yes,
person from one team, one person, one round, and then switch?
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like some gladiator shit. Yeah, it's like that.
That is crazy.
Go in there trying
Yeah,
to kill each other.
yeah. Right, because it's just one round, right? So you may as well
Yeah,
go all
so
out.
you got no time to fill each other out. You just go to work.
Yeah. So if somebody scores a knockout in their part, like say you're the second guy up and you knock out the other, does it stop there or does it continue?
Oh, if you knock them out, it's like a 10-7. Then you just
Oh, okay.
drag the other guy out and put somebody else in.
Oh, wow. So they do it like a 12-round fight, and
Yeah,
it's basically
I
that
believe they
10
do
point mark.
like 18 rounds, but I think it is. I could be wrong. It could be
Yeah,
12, but I think it's 18. I could be wrong though.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do a whole episode on this, Frank. It's the concept is very new. It almost reminds me of when Ice Cube did the 3-on-3, and I know they still do it. In basketball, it's kind of a different way of playing a certain sport, right?
Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it sounds like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's good for you to be able to participate in it just because what we talk about a lot on this show, and I know a lot of people do, is how much activity matters in somebody's career. And I know you've had some periods of inactivity. Um, One of the questions I had for you is why is that? Why has there been so much inactivity in your career?
I can say bad luck, but it's just how things are right now, I guess. You know how PBC is going to Amazon. I guess they don't have a lot of set dates now, but they have a couple of days now. But they looking to fill people in.
Yeah.
Right. In that fight with Roman Villa, do you think that that probably hurt you? I mean, being that we were talking about inactivity, fighters not being active sometimes hurts their performance, you know?
Well, I don't want to use the excuse. Yeah, I only fought one round in 2 years. Then I fought him a 12
I
round
know.
fight. But it is what it
Yeah.
is. I still signed the contract, so I was ready for it.
Right. So what did you learn from that? I mean, like right now you haven't fought since that fight, right?
Yeah.
Um, like you know that time is not on a fighter's side. What are you doing to get yourself back in there? You know?
I'm just staying right now, just staying active, staying, still sparring and stuff. But sparring is different from fight. But but you're doing the best I can. Still in the ring.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you had some changes when it comes to promoters. When it comes to Golden Boy, you had great momentum just a couple of years ago, right? Two great wins over Eddie Gomez. We're actually both from the Bronx originally, so we were very well aware of him.
Actually, I remember
Rashidi,
that.
I know you knocked him out in the first. You remember that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. And so two wins over, and then that big win over Alexis Rocha in 2020. And then you didn't fight again until July 2022. So my question to you is, did you feel that maybe that they just weren't pushing you the right way? Like maybe they were counting on Alexis Rocha maybe winning that fight. They seem to really be backing him even now after his loss. But when it came to you, you were one of those guys, being from New England, like I was looking out for you, right? Just kind of following your career, and I was like, where is this guy? How come he's not fighting again? So I assumed that it wasn't you. I assumed it was more like maybe just the promotional situation.
Yeah, it's not a secret. They obviously wanted him to win, but I guess
Yeah.
I guess I wasn't a good match for them at that time, to promote right or whatever it was, honestly. So
Yeah.
Yeah, getting
So then you worked your way off of, right?
what was that? My bad, I didn't hear you.
Was there a certain point where you said, you know what, I'm going to move on, and then you signed with the PBC right after that, right? Is that so? You've had 2 fights with the PBC
Yeah,
so far?
yeah, that took time to try to get out the contract. So that's why I've been out for a while too. So that's what took some
Right.
time there.
Frank, sorry,
Yeah.
did you have a...
No, I was gonna ask him, that being, he's had some big wins, you know what I'm saying? And that is also part of a problem sometimes when a fighter is at the cusp, like we see Boots Ennis right now. He's the guy, but then of course Terence Crawford doesn't want to face him. Like how frustrated must you be that you're at the cusp of a world title, but you're sitting out waiting for your next fight?
Yeah, it's very frustrating seeing everybody fighting each other and stuff. But I guess I gotta stay focused on myself. But then again, shit, I want to fight too. Like I don't hear nobody
Absolutely.
calling my name because when somebody call my name, we fighting. So like that's a people don't call my name out for a reason. Everybody want to chit chat.
Is there anybody out there that you would like to, get your hands on? I mean, being that
A lot of fighters at 147. Me and Boots, we
exactly.
gotta fight. We gotta settle that, and especially that the rematch with Villa. Definitely want that. Who else is there? Barrios. And there's a lot of names. I can't even think right now. Cody Clowley, whatever his name is.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot of good fighters over here.
So what would be the game plan in a rematch if you was to get it against Roman Villa?
I'm not using excuses. Well, that fight, I only had one hand. So if I had both of my hands, I would have stopped him. But, I had one hand. So next fight, I'll definitely be, 100%. And definitely get that knockout.
Rashidi, when it comes to what's next, I mean, and all of those options actually that you just gave us would be amazing fights, right? Roman Villa, I think he does owe you one based on how well you were fighting in that fight, and then the fact that he was able to turn things around. That was still a very close fight. Many people thought you won. If you would have won that fight, Boots Ennis, it seems like that would have been the next thing, because Boots ended up fighting Villa right after that. But also Mario Barrios. What is the talk so far? Like, are there discussions about your next fight, even like a date or anything like that we can look forward to?
Yeah, not right now. They're just not telling me the way, but I guess they're trying to figure it out right now.
Right. They're figuring out their schedule. Are you still with the PBC?
I'm still with them, yeah.
Okay.
Question, are you good with the PBC? I mean, are you content with the way things are going?
Oh yeah, of course. But the only thing is I just want to get back in there. That's it, really. But everything else is good.
Okay. That's interesting.
I mean, I think you're probably like despite that close loss, you're probably 1 or 2 fights away from a world title, especially as things start to open up, right? You have Terence Crawford moving up in weight. There are rumors that he's going to be fighting Chris Eubank. That's going to leave, I think, 3 other titles out there. Boots has one of them. Mario Barrios has one. So I guess 2 other titles. But because Boots and Mario both work with the PBC, I think your chances are good that you'll be able to fight for a title. The thing from my perspective is just activity for you, right? You seem to be a fighter that relies on speed and boxing skills. You need to stay sharp, and that's only going to come with activity, right?
Yes, believe it. Like you said, the reaction and timing. That's me. That's my style. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Put a toll on me not staying active.
So
Rashid, let's take a step back. Yeah.
I was just gonna ask him, as far as like, training, what's your day-to-day,
Oh, like how I train? I train in the morning and night every day, really.
Okay.
It's like do like a lot of cardio in the morning and boxing at night.
What's your conditioning like? Do you do any strength and conditioning, or?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah.
And do you train usually in New England, or do you kind of go to different gyms depending on who you're fighting and sort of?
I used to, but for a while I stayed in New England. I used to go to California. I used to train in Puerto Rico a lot. I used to go over there a lot, but yeah, recently been in New England.
Puerto Rico must have been
You
good.
know, I noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good
he's
over
been to
there.
Puerto
I
Rico
need to
many
go back.
times, right?
Was that?
Yeah. You fought in Puerto Rico several times, right?
Yeah, shit. I was basically living there. Yeah, it was a good time over there. Yeah, I need to go back though.
Anybody from there we
For
know
sure.
you sparred with?
Spar with? Do it? Who did I spar with? I feel like I'm just sparring everybody. In Puerto Rico, it's like a gym in every corner. It's not like over here. We gotta go travel hours and hours for sparring. I can't even think of no names I sparred over there. That's why a lot of people. Oh, I sparred. What's that? Everybody calling like everybody's scared of at 140.
Matias?
Matias. I sparred Matias. I
Subriel?
sparred him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How was
That's why a
that?
lot of people over there. Oh, it was good. It was good work. Yeah. Yeah. That's why a lot of people over there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Did you learn some Spanish while you were out there? I know you also fought in the Dominican Republic once, right?
Yeah. Poquito Espanol, man.
Poquito.
Everybody always
Un
talk English
poquito.
around me. I was trying to learn, but everybody was speaking English around me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. Well, I know a little bit though, a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I find it like you said. I
You
find it
still get
DR a
the
lot of times too.
yeah, yeah.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good. Good experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there you'll probably find that more people will speak to you probably in Spanish, right? Than in Puerto Rico, because everyone in Puerto Rico seems to speak English.
Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
Puerto Rico.
Rashidi, wanted to talk a little bit about your family. I know you come from a fighting family, right? Your older brother fights.
My
He's
little
a really
sister.
good super middleweight. Your
My
little sister.
She's Olympian.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was looking at her career, right? So far as an amateur, she split 2 fights with Michaela Mayer, at least from what's on BoxRec. She went like 2-4 against Beatriz Ferreira, who's like a Brazilian prospect now signed to Matchroom.
Oh
And
yeah,
she's
they
got
used
a
to
lot
go
of
at it. They
support.
used to go back and forth. Yeah, yeah. I remember that fight.
Yeah, they fought very often. She also lost to Caroline Dubois, who's now also another well-known fighter and almost ready for a title shot. So I was wondering, is she going to go pro, or is she waiting for the Olympics first and then go pro?
I believe she is, but I guess she's taking some time off. But I believe she's looking forward to go pro.
Yeah, yeah. Having gone through what you have gone through and your brother and like your experiences, what do you say to young fighters like your sister, for example, who are going pro? Like what is it that you've learned that you would impart to them, to the younger fighters?
Like, you mean like in life or in the sport?
In the sport, yeah, in the sport. As far as like, maybe things to stay away from or things that you saw that you were like, all right, this was a good move, but maybe, think about X, Y, Z,
Oh yeah, definitely stay out the streets, man. There's nothing good out there. Just stay focused with your craft, a lot of hard work, and just keep working hard. If you think you're working hard, work even harder. Just stay focused.
On your comeback, let's say, in your next fight, would you like something like maybe a tune-up bout before actually getting yourself, maybe a rematch with Villa or maybe a
I know
title?
it's a smart thing to do, but I just want to get back in there. I don't care who it is. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to, go right back to the top.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to get some quick knockouts in the TCL.
I know, right?
And then, just kind of.
TCL keep me busy because people won't have no choice but to fight me. What they gonna do? Forfeit?
That's right.
Like, they gotta,
That's right.
now they gotta get in there with me.
Yeah, generate some interest, right, with some knockouts, and then come in and score a big fight. I could look honestly, like looking at the PBC roster. I mean, Mario Barrios and Jaron Boots Ennis are going to need opponents, and you have to be up there as far as like if you look at them as kind of their own universe, you have to be up there, right? You have to be
I don't see why not.
either next or right after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Now, given that you were saying in New England you don't see as many boxing gyms, you don't see them in New York as many as you used to. How did it come about that you and your 2 siblings got into boxing?
First, like we used to over street box and like in the basement. It was like Fight Club. Yeah, like but we didn't even have boxing gloves. We had like mittens. We stuffed mittens, like mittens and socks. We was fighting in them.
Right.
And after my older brother, my older brother and my cousin went to the boxing gym, and they were just always talking about the boxing. And it was like, oh shit, let me try it out. Then I went to the boxing gym. And I just fell in love with it right away. Me and my little sister went at the same time. We just fell in love right away.
Yeah, you guys are like a year apart, right?
2 years, 2 years, really, 2 years.
2 years apart. Okay.
Any fighters you looked up to, like when you first got into boxing?
Oh yeah, Prince Nassim. He was the one that like made me like really love boxing because he was the first person I watched. I didn't know anything about boxing. I just knew like Muhammad Ali and Tyson. You know, like everybody knew. Then I watched tape about Prince Nassim. He made it look so fun. You know, so yeah, he made me
Yeah, he
fall in
did.
love with it. And there's a lot of fighters. Roy Jones, Meldrick Taylor. There's a lot of fighters out there that I fell in love, made me fall in love with it.
Speaking of Tyson, what do you think of this whole Jake Paul, Mike Tyson? You know, they just announced that they're gonna have a so-called boxing match. I don't even know what's really going on.
I know. At first, I thought it was fake. Then I kept on seeing it. I was like, "What the hell?" But then I don't want to see. I don't want to see. You know, Mike Tyson get hurt. You know, he's one of the heroes. You know, and he's old, so you can't really give props to Jake Paul if he beats him. You know, so it's kind of like a lose-lose situation for him. But he's making money. But you know, if you beat him, like then you beat up on an old man. And if he loses, like then you lost the old man.
What do you think of this whole YouTube thing? You know, you got these guys, KSI, you got Jake Paul, you got his brother Logan Paul, all these guys
Yeah,
trying to have boxing matches and kind of steal the shine off of boxing. What's your
yeah,
thought?
that's the thing. It's kind of good and it's like a double sword. It's kind of good and kind of bad because it's bringing in like new fans, and, like you know all those little kids that don't know anything about boxing. But then again, they coming in the sport and just like you said, taking the shine, like shit that we work our whole life for. They just get just like that, like one fight, two fights, first fight. It's crazy,
Yeah, I know
but it's
they.
you know
Yeah, I know. I know the Arabs over there decided to pull money out of that. They don't want to invest in
yeah.
the two fights.
Oh yeah,
And
I heard I think something like that on Instagram. Yeah,
so
I guess they have
What do
respect
you
for the
think about
sport.
fighting? Oh yeah, yeah. Turkey Al Sheikh seems to really understand the sport. Like he seems to know even like some of the smaller names, prospects, things like that. So seems like he's a student of the game. What do you think about maybe a possibility of fighting out in Saudi Arabia?
I heard there'd be pain over there. I'll definitely go over there. I don't mind. I don't mind taking a trip. Shit.
I believe you would be paid very well, my friend.
Right.
That's what it seems like, right there.
I
Everyone that
don't
goes
mind
out
at
there
all.
seems to have a really good experience. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
You know, Rashidi, as we were talking, and now we're talking about like say Saudi Arabia. I know Matchroom was very involved there. One of the fights that just popped into my mind is what about a fight with like someone like Conor Benn, who's a
Hey,
big
Conor
name.
Benn, yeah, he's a great fighter. I'll definitely fight him. He's a great fighter. Oh yeah. I don't see why not. He's still fighting at 147?
yeah,
He does. That's his real weight. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
yeah. I think they're trying to
So
make a fight with him and Manny Pacquiao. That was
I
that's
seen
right.
that. I'm like, oh man, please no. That'd be a good fight. Pacquiao
So
still
Rashidi,
fight the
let's
guy.
playing matchmaker then. Let's take three guys. Let's take Mario Barrios, Jaron Ennis, and Conor Benn. How do you feel that you stack up to those three styles?
Oh, of course. I'm. You know, I'm thinking I'm the best. So you know, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win against all of them.
No, what I mean
Yeah,
is like, how do you see the fight going as far as a style matchup between for example, if you were to analyze Ennis versus Barrios versus Conor Benn?
I I think Boots would kill Barrios just style wise, and him
Yeah,
and Ben would be a great fight. And
yeah,
what's his name? Barrios and Conor Benn, that'd be a great fight too. That'd be an action fight. But I think Conor Benn got that.
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah. And then as far as the way you would stack up to them, like who do you feel would be like sort of say like a more straightforward opponent, maybe easier opponent in that way? I don't want to say easy, but you know, more straightforward versus maybe someone that you say, okay, that one I'd have to think about. You know, there'd be a lot
Oh,
of
for
thinking
me?
and there'd be more of a chess match. Yeah,
Oh,
for
for
you.
me? I think Barrios because he just come forward, so I really don't have to like. I don't want to say no, use my brain, but like you know, we just right there.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Now, why don't you take us through like one of your best performances against Alexis Rocha? What was that fight? What do you remember about that fight? Tell us about that.
Shit, that fight right there was another comeback fight. I didn't fight in like 2 years that I fought him. You know, especially it was
Right.
COVID. Shit, I came back from like I was like 200 pounds. I had to lose that, then fight him.
Wow.
But yeah, but
Oh wow.
that was a good fight. Man, I was just well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that was a good fight. I was just picking him apart with the jab, counter. And just
Yeah. It's a fight that aged really well too, because you saw the success he's had lately. I know he lost his last fight, but that was a tough fight. But
yeah, before
that,
the fight, I was telling everybody Rocha's a great fighter. Like I knew from the amateurs, I knew he was a great fighter, but I just knew he wasn't ready for me at the time. I was like, yo, you gotta give him some time. But I told him, but they didn't want to listen. So I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, your performance against Eddie Gomez was spectacular. That was like a vicious knockout, dude. You know what I'm saying? That actually what caught my attention about you when I first when I saw that fight, because Eddie was a prospect that people were highly touting, and you kind of ended that.
Yeah, he was a big dude. Yeah, I knew him from the amateurs too since he was little kid, since he was like 10, 11. Yeah, I knew him since he was younger. Yeah, I knew he was a beast. Especially in the amateurs, he was knocking out everybody. Yeah, Eddie Gomez was a beast. I don't know why he's not fighting still. He was a great fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes losses will take a fighter, will derail, mentally their careers.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, I mean, you have a loss, and I'm pretty sure you're ready to get back in there.
Yeah, because in my mind, I feel like I didn't lose, so yeah, I need that get back. So in my mind, I'm still undefeated. So
well, if you look at most fighters that come back from losses, they never felt like they lost. It's the reason why they come back. Right?
Yeah, I guess
they always thought that there was something that, like Ali, when he lost to Joe Frazier, he was off for 3 years, right? He had a few fights and then he lost, but he didn't sound like defeated. He actually was like, oh, well, I mean, he even talked about Joe Frazier going to the hospital because that's what happened. He ended up, even though he won. So, that's what I notice about certain fighters when they lose. They come back from it because they never felt they lost. I mean, losses are just not really losses, right? They either learn from it or not, right?
Yeah, yeah. You lose if you don't learn from it.
Definitely. So what do we expect?
Yeah,
from
the only time when
Ellis,
it has
No, I wanted to say, what we can expect from you, man. We're waiting for you to come back, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm waiting for myself to come back. But yeah, I'm just doing the TCL stuff. It's very good. I love it. So it helped me keep busy. Then after that, get something. I'm trying to get something as soon as possible.
Right. Okay.
Rashidi, what does that schedule look like? I know it starts in April. What does that look like? Are there fights every couple of weeks or?
Yeah, like every week. So I guess we get going against New York first, and I guess New York won the whole thing last year. So yeah, so I get going against New York. Plus, I was there at the last tournament stuff. There was a lot of good fighters at New York. So yeah, we went to New York, then Miami. I think I forgot the schedule. I gotta look at the schedule.
Where in New York?
I guess we're going to Connecticut. Yeah,
a lot of the fights happen at the casinos, right?
Yeah, I guess we're meeting in the middle. Right? Yeah, so we're going to Connecticut. Then I guess we're going to Miami, I think. Yeah. It's cool. We get to travel too, so that's another plus.
Yeah, for sure. What's your brother up to these days? Is he gonna do it again or no?
Oh yeah. He's still in the gym right now. I guess he got a fight day coming up. I don't know exactly what date. So he was telling me that they got to put him back in there.
Yeah, awesome. Is he looking at guys like I guess at this point you got Canelo's gonna be fighting Jaime Munguia. But guys like Caleb Plant are out there. Jamal Charlo, if he's gonna fight again, is out there. Does he have a preference?
Okay, he'll fight anybody.
Yeah, he really would.
He don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, man. And what about? And do you guys all support each other? Like, if you're fighting, does the whole family get together and go to the fight, or what?
Yeah. So you can't make it there. We all get together and watch at the house.
Yeah, nice. Definitely. Your parents are supportive of it?
Oh yeah.
Even when you guys were young?
Oh yeah. They was.
I guess it's better that you stop breaking things in the basement and just go to the gym and fight there.
Yeah,
right?
it's better than that. Yeah, yeah. It was good times though in the basement.
I bet, man. Beating up the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, the whole neighborhood just come by. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Did anybody else from the neighborhood actually also get into boxing and compete or no?
Yeah, they did. A lot of them had good records, good pro records, and they just stopped. They just stopped fighting. Good amateur records too. It's life. Life is,
Yeah.
How do you see the sport of boxing right now?
What was that?
How do you see the state of boxing right now? In your opinion?
I think it's good. You know, make a lot of noise and but I think it's good right now. But it could be better. You know, like the best is not fighting the best right now. You know, everybody's ducking and dodging. But it's changing a little bit. You know, a lot of good fighters fighting now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the PBC is yet to kind of put out their schedule, but once they do, you know, and hopefully that's a success on Amazon, and then we can get all of you guys more busy, you know, especially guys like you, I think, who will shine under that activity. I think you really need it. How often would you want to fight if you had your say?
Shit, I fight every day if I could, but you know, at least like 3 times a year, 4 times.
Probably
So,
realistic, right? 3 times a year, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah. Frank, any other questions?
Nah, man. I'm all out of questions.
So Rashidi, we're going to be looking out for you at the TCL. I'll probably stop by. You know, I do work with CES Boxing,
Okay,
so
okay.
I'll probably join you guys. Yeah. So thanks again for joining us. Any final words to your fans who now know that they can see you on a regular basis if you're be fighting on the TCL?
Yeah. Like you said, everybody just tune in and just watch one the TCL. It's gonna be real fun.
Sounds good, man. Best of luck, and we hope to see you fighting in a 10-round or a 12-round fight soon, man.
Yeah, hopefully soon, man. I'll be back.
Yeah, we need you
Sounds
back.
good, brother.
All right, thank you, man. Have a good one,
Represent
guys.
New England, bro.
All right, guys.
Later.
All right, you know that.
Bye. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, man.